Well, hey everybody. Hope everybody's doing okay. I wanted to take a few more minutes today to talk about something that is very personal to me because I've lived it for so many years, and still sometimes this part of me gets activated. So in this video, I'm going to talk about this age-old strategy of people-pleasing. What we need to understand is at its core, it's a control issue. And we're going to talk some about boundaries, because establishing boundaries in our life can help us become extremely resilient when triggered to people please. People pleasers tend to be approval seekers, right? They put other people's needs above their own and continuously strive to meet everyone else's expectations. This often leads to, well, frustration, resentment, lots of anger. There are several reasons why someone might start down this path of people-pleasing. It could be a way to cope with low self-esteem, low self-worth. It might be more of a learned behavior from childhood. Perhaps you grew up in a household where people-pleasing was kind of like the norm, like me.
Wait, I'm quite proud of my ability to mind read. I'm always aware of when someone's uncomfortable at a party, and who else is going to make that person feel better?
Whatever the reason, it's important to understand that you can't make everyone happy all the time. In other words, you can't be everything for everybody all the time. And that's okay. It's perfectly normal to feel upset when someone doesn't like what you've done or said. The key is to not let these feelings of disappointment control your life. Okay? Learning to set boundaries and accept healthy limitations can actually help us become more resilient when triggered to people please.
What? Wait, more resilient? So I don't need to feel like the plane's going down all the time?
See, boundary setting is about learning to say no in a way that feels good for you. Right? This means being clear about your needs and wants and communicating them in an assertive way. For example, let's say you have a friend who constantly asks you to do favors for them. We probably all know one of them if you're a people pleaser. You might feel guilty saying no, but it's important to remember that you have a right to your own time and energy. Maybe you can say something like, I'm sorry, but I just can't do that right now. I have other commitments that I need to focus on. If you're feeling extra generous, maybe you could offer, an alternative solution, like, why don't we trade favors? I'll do this for you if you can maybe pick up my dog at the groomer tomorrow or something like that.
I like that. I'll take out the trash tomorrow if you pick up the cat poop.
Setting boundaries doesn't mean being selfish or uncaring. It's about taking care of yourself so that you can be present for the people in your life that really matter. Another helpful way to increase your awareness of when your people pleaser is being activated is to keep a journal. Each time you find yourself in a people pleasing situation, take a few minutes to write down what happened.
I'll tell you what was happening. No one else was going to be responsible by taking the boy to his therapist. So I guess I'll do it, like I do everything else.
What were you feeling in that moment? What triggered you to please? How did it make you feel afterward? See, reflecting on your experience can help you become aware of your patterns and learn how to respond in a way that feels best for you. People pleasers often have difficulty saying no because they fear rejection, they might fear abandonment. That was my issue. But remember, you're not responsible for other people's feelings. And just because someone gets upset doesn't mean they're going to leave you. The truth is, most people respect others who are clear about their needs and boundaries. Another extremely helpful strategy is to invite others into your efforts, basically, as accountability. For example, you might tell a trusted friend or family member about your goal and strategies to stop people-pleasing. Then, the next time you find yourself in a situation, where you're tempted to give in and people please, you can reach out for support. This could be as simple as sending a text message or making a phone call.
Hey, Kevin, it's Carlos. I just wanted to check in with you and let you know that I'm struggling a little bit today to stay in my lane and not get sucked into pleasing others at this work event that I'm attending. I just wanted to put it out there. I'll check in with you later to let you know how it went. Thanks, man.
Remember, you don't have to do this alone. There are plenty of resources and people who care about you and want to see you succeed. As a recovering people pleaser myself, let me share a little bit about my own journey of change. One of the biggest things that helped me was learning to be more assertive. I started by setting small boundaries with people in my life. For example, I would say no to plans that I didn't really want to do, or I would speak up if someone said something that bothered me.
Dude, are you going to pick up that dump your dog just left on my lawn or what?
My people pleaser caused the most problems in my broken and hurtful relationships, and I had a lot of those. So that's where I really focused my needs. I realized that I was personalizing, even catastrophizing. I needed help developing a healthy and true perspective that I wasn't alone, that I was loved, that I was accepted, and that I would be okay even if my partner couldn't meet me where I was at. You see, a desperate need evolved into a healthy desire to be cared for. And as my view changed, so did my ability to set appropriate boundaries. I also found it super helpful to practice self-compassion. Whenever I would make a mistake or falter in my goal, I would remind myself that I'm human and that change takes time. Beating myself up only made me feel worse and more likely to give up into people-pleasing again. So finally, I learned to love myself for who I am, flaws and all.
And trust me, there's a lot of flaws.
This was probably the most important lesson of all. When we accept ourselves unconditionally, we no longer feel the need to seek approval from others. We can be happy and content just as we are. If you're ready to make a change, start by taking baby steps. Remember, you don't have to please everyone all the time, and that's perfectly okay. If you're ready to break free from that cycle of people-pleasing, I want you to know that it is possible. With awareness, with practice, and support, you can learn to set boundaries and live a life that's more fulfilling and whole. Thanks for letting me share.